The next one is Eurapsida. You will find that only one temporal opening of fossa, that is supratemporal fossa, is more closer towards the roof is found. In the diagram you can see it is moved to the roof and are they are flanked by parietal bone, postorbital bone and squamosal bone. So here no extra bone has been present. Pleo plesiosaurus, okay, and that is it was an that was a reptiles, okay, but this both Eurapsida and Parapsida skull forms are found. Another one is type of skull is Synapsida. Okay, this Synapsida skull will found in a single fossa, found a single fossa, which is infratemporal fossa, because it is more towards the base of the skull. That's why it is termed as infratemporal fossa. Okay, and this kind of skull is flanked by or surrounded by jugal, postorbital, squamosal and quadratojugal bones of the skull. Okay, and it has given rise to present day mammals, and it also used to be found in Cynognathus, which is referred to as or included the mammals like reptiles. That's why it is called as this type of skull have given rise to the present day mammals. Okay, the next one or next type of skull that is found in reptiles is Diapsida. Okay, so this which is found in most of the present day reptiles, and it also referred to as a bird stock, because all birds which have originated from the Diapsida skull and is the features are presence of a two fenestrae. The difference between this Diapsida and other skulls is they have presence of two fenestrae or fossae. One is supratemporal fossae and another one is infratemporal fossa. Okay, the supratemporal fossa, which is found on towards the uh, towards the roof of the skull, is referred to as the supratemporal fossa, and it is flanked by jugal, quadratojugal, squamosal and supra temporal fossa is flanked by postorbital, parietal, squamosal and squamosal. So three bones: postorbital, parietal and squamosal. Okay, whereas this uh, infratemporal fossa, which is placed at the base of the skull, is flanked by jugal, quadratojugal, postorbital and squamosal. Okay, jugal, quadratojugal, squamosal and postorbital. Okay, you got it. Now this Diapsida skull are found in all animals like crocodiles, spinodon, etc. But in certain animals like lizards, snakes, some modification have taken. And what are these modifications are? In lizards, you will find that some of the bone has been reduced. As a result, what happened? There is the enlargement, or the supratemporal fossa have become larger in size. Whereas in snake, what happen? The two of these bones, which are flanked by this supra or temporal fossa, has been or may be lost completely. That is, thus it gives rise to a temporal region. A whole area is devoid of bone, as a very large cavity is formed in a temporal region. And why this? Due to this, or as a result of this, the snakes are having a very big gap. Okay, and thus this helps in opening, or these gaps open their mouth, helps in open their mouth very widely, because cavity is forms a platform for the muscles, for the jaw muscles, for attachment. Okay, so this is about the different types of skulls with its temporal fossa and arteries. Okay, so now we'll see what is the significance of having this temporal fossa and arcades. The significance, to know the significance of, or to understand the need of this supra of this temporal fossa, first we need to find what are the drawbacks if we doesn't have, if the particular organism doesn't have this kind of temporal fossa in their skulls. So what happens if the temporal fossa is not there? The skull of that particular organism becomes heavy, and if the skull of that skulls are heavy, that means the animals are not very active, and thus it cannot move very fast. Okay, on the other hand, what happens if the this kind of temporal fossa or fenestrae are present in a skull? This fenestrae is help in attachment of jaw muscles, and it also opens a space of jaw muscles are attached. So if the fenestrae are big, as in case of snakes, where some of the bones are disappeared, that for example in diapsid skulls, what happens, there has been a very wide space in case of snakes, so that in that case the jaw is capable of move freely and open very widely in order to catch a big prey. And the next advantage is then, due to this presence of fenestrae or fossa in the skull, there has been, the skull becomes lighter. Okay, lighter in weight, so animals becomes more active, so they can also move fast and escape from the predator. Okay, this is about the today's lecture, that is temporal fossa and the arcades in the class reptile. Quickly we will revise. Class reptiles consist of forms, shows 5 different types of skull: Anapsida, Eurapsida, Parapsida, Synapsida and Diapsida. Anapsida is called as a stem reptiles because from this type of skull all the other skulls have been originated. Anapsid Anapsid has been found in an extinct type of reptile where there is no presence of fenestrae there is no fenestrae was present, but still in the living animals like turtles and tortoises shows anapsid types of skull without having fenestra. Okay, and whereas in Eurapsida and Parapsida, where the synapsid this fossa or the fenestrae were present, but it was at the roof of the this skull. Okay, but it was found in a extinct animals or reptiles. Okay, whereas Synapsida is also, synapsids are also found. Synapsid will be having a synapsids will have this fossa or the fenestrae, which is lie close to the base of the base of the skull. So it is referred to the infratemporal opening or the fenestra. whereas in diapsid the two types of fenestrae were present, that is supratemporal foci and infratemporal foci. Okay, and if this temporal foci is not present, then that particular organism will have a heavy skull, and due to heavy skull that particular organism will be inactive and will be slow in locomotion, that it will move very slowly. Okay, that's why now you got the answer why the turtles and tortoise are slow, because they have skull without fenestrae. Okay, so with, if you have any questions, then please let me know, and thank you.